Hi guys, welcome back to the Playroom. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do an unboxing of In the Past Toys World War II German Women's Auxiliary Services Luftwaffe Anti-Aircraft Auxiliary Oberhelferin. This figure was a special for the Weekend of Heroes show from 2006. And it was one of their exclusive figures. Now the figure is nicely done, and although it's not a combat figure, it does have some nice accessories. Now my first impression of the uniform is that it looks just like a wool material. Very nicely done. It comes with a nice cap, the single button side flaps. It also comes with, it looks like a handbag, a leather bag. It's nice and heavy. And there's a set of wool gloves. And In the Past Toys really paid attention to detail. Those stripes that are along the cuff, depending upon the amount of, or the number of stripes that were on those, would tell you what size they were. Now this figure is 19 years old, and here's something that I was afraid of. If you take a look at the hairline, you can see that the hair is beginning to fall off. Just like with a lot of other figures where the pleather, jackets, and equipment, suspension, and those kind of things start to flake up and disintegrate, well, it seems as though the hair has done exactly the same thing. So now as we look at the uniform, we can see that she wears the insignia of the Signals Corps and her rank, and on the other side she has the Flak Helferinnen badge. The uniform pants come with a nice drawstring cuff, and the boots are made out of a nice heavy leather material. The figure also comes with a nice overcoat, nicely detailed. It has functional pockets, it's lined, and it also comes with the Signal Corps insignia on the sleeve. So with the figure being as old as it is, I wanted to check range of motion and see if the joints were sticky or binding. So far the upper torso, the arms, elbows, they seem to be all right. This leg, though, it's awfully hard to move. I have a feeling I'm going to have to be real careful with this to make sure I don't snap the leg off. The torso seems to move freely, so despite the fact that we're going to need another head sculpt, I think that this body is in pretty fair shape. The details of the uniform are quite accurate, and you can see in comparison with an original 1944 uniform. Well, here's another sign of age. As I was attempting to remove the boots and pants so that I could iron out the creases, the figure's foot snapped off at the ankle. So with a little super glue, just glue the foot back on and everything will be just fine. You'll never notice the loss in articulation at all. So we just press the piece back into the leg hold it for 30 seconds, and good to go. Now, I wasn't happy with the creases that were down the side of the pants, and that's usually caused by having an excess of material on the inside of the pants or whatever piece of clothing you have. So I thought we'll just go ahead and take these off. We'll pull them inside out and then run over them with a hot steam iron, and that should flatten things out nicely. And did you notice the nice set of suspenders that comes with these trousers? Very nice. I would have never known they were on there unless I started to take the uniform apart. Okay, you can see where the extra material is on the inside of the trousers. What we want to do is we want to lay that down flat and then go over it with a steam iron and flatten it out real nice. Flip it over, do the same thing to the other side. And then we do the same thing with the other leg. And when you're all done, you can see how nicely that looks. The creases are gone. Well, when I was shopping around for a new head sculpt, I happened to find a vendor on eBay that sells wigs for 1/6 scale figures. And so I picked one up, and after a 2-week wait, the slow boat from China, the wig finally arrived. So let's take a look and see how well this thing's made. It appears to be nicely made. Let's try it out. Get it lined up with the hairline on the original head sculpt, and what do you know? I think it looks better than the original. So to permanently mount the wig on the head sculpt, I went and I got some 2-sided tape, and we'll just go ahead and put that down the center of the head from the front hairline to the back, and then on either side, and that should hold that wig in place just fine. The toughest part here is to keep the tape stuck to the head and not stuck to your fingers. Okay, so we got to make sure we line this thing up just right, because we're only going to get one chance. There you go. It just dropped right in place. And what do you think? So here's the finished product. Not too bad at all. Yeah, I think it looks nicer than the original hair. And it holds up well underneath of the cap too. So here we have the finished product. I added the sound detector unit skill badge to her left sleeve. I also added a Luftwaffe helmet and the coffee mug. And I tucked the cuffs of her uniform trousers into her socks. So despite the figure's age, the brittle joints, and the hair falling out, I think it's a pretty good figure. And if you can find one, it would be my recommendation to go ahead and add it to your collection. So that's it for today. Come on back again anytime. Playroom's always open. Big Sarge always here. We'll see you then.